Okay, welcome to White Tiger Ground Fighting Tape Volume 1. This will be my uke. His name is Josh Phillips. Basically, the style of system of ground fighting that we use in it is several different systems. Several different systems of jiu-jitsu, wrestling, silat, aikijitsu. So there's several different methods in it. Hope you enjoy it. We're going to do basically today prone position, lying position, and some top straddle techniques. Okay, the first thing that we're going to go over is what I call the prone position, or the down prone position. How you get there right now is irrelevant. What we're mainly interested in is what you do once you're down there, whether you're pushed down there, you're knocked down there, or you're just down there laying down reading a book and you have your attacker bothering you and you can fight from the ground. This is going to give you a few examples of this. Okay? Be laying down, the attacker comes forward, and kick. Okay? You want to control that foot there. Now what we're doing here is we're kicking this leg to knock him off balance. Then this leg is kicking or compressing. It's according on the situation. Does he have a weapon? Does he not have a weapon? Okay? But more generally, all you need is to compress the knee this way while you do this action with the foot at the same time. That's a two-way action here. You don't want to just go with this. If he has good balance, he might be able to get out of it. So you want a two-way action there. And keeping this leg close to the ground. You don't want to try to raise it up in the air. But here, if you can, get that foot hooked up under the leg like this. That puts a stretch on the instep. Grab the leg, slide forward, and heel kick to the groin. Is a good, easy, basic technique to do from the ground. One more time. He comes forward, scissor, trapping the leg. That means you got to have this knee bent, this leg bent like this to be able to pull that off. If you don't, that's fine. Just grab the leg anyway, slide forward, and kick. Another slight variation of it is if you don't think he's going to get in the range to be able to pull this technique off. Like, back up just a tad. Like right there, you might want to practice your shuffling in, which would be this. Okay? Just moving your whole body forward by using your arms, just sliding across the floor, and kick. Okay? I'm going to show you one leg lock that you can do with this, just for variety. Okay? Come forward just a little bit. Just doing the technique. Once you get the person down, you slide forward, you grab, and you kick. You grab with your right leg, hand slides up underneath. You spread that leg with this arm. Your radial bone should be on his tendon of his leg right here, and all you do is lean back for a lock to make him slow down. Okay? Anytime you feel like he's fighting, you can kick him again, stomp kick him, whatever you need to do. Okay? Last time. Okay, another variation is the side scissor. I call that the front scissor. This is the side scissor. The guy standing sideways on you. You would do the same thing. You would kick the front of his leg and kick the back of his leg and turn. And you go right up into a leg lock. I'll do this in a couple different angles just for you to see. You always want to try to control the toes as you lean forward. Okay? Just do it one more time this way. Hit. Down. Grabbing the toes and just roll right up into it. That's all you have to do for your lock. Okay, let's try it this direction. Here. Kick. Grab. Right up into it. This is the lock that you want to have. You want to control the toes and have them down to the side. That makes it harder for him to try to put any pressure on you to try to kick out. Go ahead and try to put pressure. Try to kick back with your leg. That's what you're doing. If it was like this, he'd have a little easier time. So you want it turned this way so you have foot twist. ankle locks, things of that nature. Okay, all you have to do is turn and lean forward for pain. Okay? One more time. Kick, hit. Now this is done the same way as A, front. You can shuffle forward and do the side scissor as well. You need to practice both. Because if the guy don't want to get in your range, you might have to get in his range. Twist. Okay, the second section that we're going to go over is also from the prone position, but this is when your attacker is actually attacking you. These two scenarios that we're going to do is probably the most prevalent of the two. Once a person gets you down, they either want to try to football kick you or stomp your brains in. These are two self-defense situations or techniques that you could use in these situations. There's a lot more. Just use your imagination. This is just the base of what it is that you can do. We'll also show this in a couple of different angles. This is when I'm off my feet. How I got there, like I said, is irrelevant. And I'm standing here and I'm like going to get up when he's knocking down, and he's going to throw a football kick, try to kick my head off my shoulders. Okay, ready? Okay. What I'm doing there is I'm getting up and I go in what we call the fetal position block. That's what I call it. You're just balling yourself up in case he's trying to kick you to the body. If he's kicking you to the head, you got it here. You're just ducking your head down and blocking with your shin. You grab the leg with your bottom arm, in this case it would be my left, and your right arm needs to be behind and wrapped around, and you just roll into it. I call it the body roll. Then you switch arms. This arm goes underneath, you turn around, elbow to the groin. The reason you have that is you have a leg break that you can do, leg lock. That's why you do that. Okay, again, slow. Okay. Let's go this way. Over here. Okay, coming up, he kicks. You go into your fetal block. Roll. Elbow. Very, very powerful technique. Last time. Very, very important that you do that. So this is what you're doing. So you're blocking everything. Your body, everything. The technique would remain the same whether it kicks you to the body or to the head, because you made yourself smaller by going into a ball. Okay, last time. Okay. Okay, this next part is another prone position technique, but this is with a stomp, and we're going to have an A and B variation. And there's reasons for both. I'll explain them to you as we go. Okay? First one, when you're trying to get up, one of the things a lot of people will try to do is try to stomp you and keep you down. That's what we're going to be doing now. Whenever you're ready, you want to roll in, blocking the leg of back from behind. Turn, kick to the body or the groin, whichever one that you can get to. If it's far enough away, you put your legs and hit down and punch him to the groin from behind. Okay? Let's try it again. I'm coming up. I want to roll in and block this way. Kick. Legs out and punch. Okay, so if he was close like he was just then, you would do the B variation. That's why you have two variations. Okay? Here. Kick. Here. And punch. Okay? Just turn the angle just a little bit. Okay? You're going to roll in, both hands, blocking this way. You're using both hands. Kick. All you're doing for the takedown. Roll up, punch to the rear of the groin. Okay? Last time. Oh yeah! Okay, you have a leg lock that you can go into. Use your imagination. Okay, B. Same thing. We're going here. We're going to kick. The only difference is with that same leg that you're kicking with, you're just hitting one leg. Take down and spin into this leg lock. It's an outside step over leg lock. Go into chokes. You got this arm that you can use for arm locks, stretching both in two different directions. So like I said, use your imagination. You've got this far. Use your martial arts experience, and the variations is endless in what you can do. Let's do this again. Oh yeah! You want to be turning in the same direction him, or from the rear of him, for the best part of this lock. All you have to do is turn clockwise for more pain. It's very simple. Like I said, what you can do with it is immense. It's a very painful leg lock. Let's do it one more time slowly. From this angle. Remember, roll deep in. Slowly. Roll deep in. It's like you're almost rolling into the supporting leg, which that's a possibility too. And move it back this way. Kick. Wrap. You're scissoring the legs, just like this. You come up and turn. Okay? You're looking in the opposite direction as him. Side of the leg, you have toe locks, ankle. Just like I said, it just goes on and on. This is the base. Work from here. Okay? Okay, the next portion of the video, we're going to go over one of the most common attacks there is as far as ground fighting is concerned. I call it the top straddle hold. Once you see it, you'll know what I'm talking about. You've either had it done to you, or you've done it to somebody, or both in one time or another in your life. It's very common, so you need to have it. These are very basic principles as far as the techniques is concerned. This first series we're going to do is, as soon as the person gets you in the top straddle position, you have to act, you have to react, because if he starts punching at you, you're very, very vulnerable to punches, because you cannot move like you can when you're standing up. You have barriers, you have the floor behind you, you're limited to which way you can move, right or left. You can't move it all backwards. You can barely move forwards. It's according on where he's setting on you at the time. And we're going to do a bunch of different variations to cover a wide different spectrum of how somebody might get you in this position. Along with later on some punches and chokes. But these first few will be just as the person gets you in a top straddle position. First thing I need to do is what a lot of times happens is when a guy is down here, he tries to punch this guy in the face, and all he has to do is lean back. And he can't punch. He can just block, punch me in the face, do whatever he wants to do. He has his way with me. The targets that are left out is right here. Very basic target. Whether you do any damage or not, it gets a reaction. The guy will bend over. You finger jab him in the eye, grab the shoulder, slam him in the face, roll over on top of him, and you can apply a choke or whatever you need to do. Just a variation. I'm just showing you how to get out of the trap straddle position, and later on in more advanced ground fighting, we'll get into that kind of stuff. It's basically, as soon as you do it, you want to block. You're blocking the shoulder, you're grabbing the shoulder, you're trying to block this punch here, and you're doing this elbow, and as you can see, I'm covering just in case he tries to punch with the left. I'm covering and striking down to the bladder, his groin area for that. He's going to bend over, it goes right into the finger flick. I grab the shoulder, I grab the hair, I grab the neck. Turn sideways. Bridging out. Okay, one more time. That's when you react. You don't wait for him to get set. Once he gets on you, that's when you want to start doing this. Okay? You don't wait for him to get set. You don't wait for him to get it clamped on. As soon as he gets it on, you react. The usual arm people try to hit you with is the right. So that's the one you want to try to attack. Remember, you still have your cover here for the left. Okay? That's number one. Number two is if they get in top straddle and they ride, I call this a high straddle, high top straddle. You would do the same basic thing, bam, bam, and since it's high, you can hook with your leg and go up into a Japanese step over leg lock. That's one variation. Flows right into it. It's one of the best techniques that you can do. Okay, high, right into it. Okay. Now, not to mention what you're doing here when you're relying on another action here. Wham! If he's doing this, he's trying to get away. He's just right into that leg. This is a kick with a heel. Rolls right into it. Make sure you have the radial bone on the tendon and just lean back. He's yours. Okay. Last time. Blocking, tucking your chin, finger jab, make him lean back. Hook, hit, roll, come up, have your leg lock. This is technique number two. Okay? Number three, top straddle position. This is with your arms pinned and your hands pinned. He's got his knees on your biceps, triceps, and he's got your hands pinned here. Okay? Very simple technique. Throw him off. All you have to do, he can stop you from going like this. Loosen up a little bit. You know, from bustling up this way, unless you're just real strong. If you're real strong, he shouldn't have you down in this position in the first place like this. But he can't stop you from doing this. Okay, and that's what you're reacting on, is this right here. And you just bridge out. I just call it bridge. Okay? Again, but you want to shoot it down and turn and buck, or bridge. Bridge him off. Okay, last time. Another thing that you got to look at here is once you get him down here, he's got sort of a wrist lock on. Not much, but he's off balance. You have him in his off balance point. You don't want to go straight back. You go in an angle to the right or left. Okay, to get him off. Okay, last time. Okay. The next technique is also from the top straddle position, and this when your opponent is choking you from that position. Now, I mean, only type of person would do this is a psycho. Any type of good fighter is not going to do that. Like I said, the more advanced stuff for good fighters that knows what they're doing in the top straddle position will be in tape 2 and further volumes of ground fighting in the future. Okay, this one is from a choke while they're in the top straddle position. Okay, yeah, this will probably be this way best. Okay, choke. Very simple technique. I call it the wedge arm bar. But this hand goes around, your right hand goes around and through the arms. And you come up and all you do is this with your hands. I'll show it in the other angle. And basically it's right on the tricep tendon, right above the elbow. And all you do is turn in a clockwise fashion with an arm bar. Again. And one thing you need to realize when you're being choked like this, the person don't know what he's doing. You have time to react. If you freak out, you will lose a lot of the time that you have to react. If you just relax, squeeze your armpits together, you'll have a longer, better chance of surviving a choke attack. One more time. it goes down, in, clasp together. You're right on the tricep tendon of the arm and the back of the hand. And basically you want to hug his hand. You want him to choke. He's got a hold of it. That helps with the arm bar. Okay, you can make a fast jerk with this to snap the elbow, hyperextend it, or you can just compress it. He's not going to be able to take it. Okay? Last time. Okay, now this portion of the video, we're going into top straddle with a person punching at you. This is probably the scariest thing. The most you feel the less helpless. Like I said earlier, when we first started the top straddle section of the video, you can't move. You can't move backwards because of the ground, sideways, front ways. Everything is limited. And when you're limited like that, people freak out. That's what makes this a very dire situation. I've seen more people get beat up real bad in this position than any other way. It's because when the person's down on the ground, he freaks out. You can practice blocking punches in class. That's a good way to practice ground fighting. Waiting on top. This is a small drill before we get into the punch. I'm going to have Josh here throw a few punches right and left at me, and you just practice your blocking. Is what you do. Okay? Just moving your head as far as you can, and you always want to block below the elbow. It makes it hard for him to turn back to me. Okay? Just like this. I'm parrying, and I'm hitting the arm, and I have him trapped right here. Okay? Okay? Practice. This is phase one. Then you have phase two where the guy trades off punches. That'll be in more advanced videos, but that's something that you can practice. You get used to being punched at while you're in this position. You feel very vulnerable. If you get used to it, you're not going to feel as bad. All right, this is the first technique. We're going to be doing all these techniques with a right punch. Okay. Slowly. Parry. Hit. Grab. You're hitting down on the arm here. Okay? Bringing down to you. Figure four arm lock. You just turn counterclockwise. Off. Slam him in the body with your shin. Okay? One more time. Parry, hit, slide down, hook, turn, kick. Okay? Knee, a lot of variations. Use your imagination. Okay, we're going to do this from a few other angles here. We'll do it from this one. Slowly. Okay. Parry, hit. Down. You want him off balance. Then your thumb hooks right in the elbow. As you pull here, you're pushing on the arm here. Okay, so it's a two-way action. You push here as you pull there. And it goes right in that. You have a pretty tight lock on him. And then you want to turn your whole body. As you throw him and just roll over and kick or knee. Okay? One more time. Last time. Okay, the second technique that we're going to go over in the top straddle position with a punch, I call it, it's a regular arm bar. In Japanese they call it kansetsuwaza. It's one of my favorite with a punch. Okay. head, turning your head, you grab with the wrist and just turn into the arms. Just keep rolling and come up in this position. A wrist lock that you can use, finger locks that you can use to back it up, but you want to make sure that your body is in here and you're not just using arm strength. All right. Let's go from this position. This is a very painful one for the uke. You can see the face on him. It's very painful, but it's a very effective one. You just don't want to try to rush it. As long as you keep the principles correct, it's a very, very good technique. And what you're trying to do, you're trying to redirect the fist right into the ground if possible. That's number one. And then basically you just want to roll into the arm. And you have it. Okay. Let's try it this direction. Wrist. Another variation. You know, you can sit there like this, talk to him, calm him down. Just watch. See, that's what you want to try to do. And final technique, I call it the cross arm lock. This is also against a punch. This is more advanced. This is some of the things that you can do practice. It might look really advanced, but it's very easy to get into. Once I show this to you a few times, you're going to say, yeah, you're going to see just how easy it is. That's all you have to do. Slowly. Parry, hit, grab, and hook. There's your arm bar. All you have to do is pull on this lever. You'll get off of it. You're just hooking his hand behind your arm. You don't even need this hand. Of course you would to get him out. You got him. You don't want to get off of you with a quickness. Let's do it this way. Your parry, your hit. You slide down. You grab this hand, but while you have him controlled, lift it up, push, and there's your lock. Last time.